I lost my job today. Aisha didn't look shocked. She didn't even ask how. She just stirred her coffee and sighed like I had told her something boring. Again, she said. It wasn't my fault, I said quickly. They're cutting staff. You know how things are. She finally looked at me then, but her eyes weren't soft. They were tired. Things have been how they are for a long time. I swallowed. My hands were shaking, so I hid them under the table. I'll find something else. I always do. You find promises, she said. Not stability. That word hit me hard. Stability. I wanted to laugh, but nothing came out. I'm trying, Aisha. You know I am. She leaned back in her chair. Trying isn't the same as moving forward. I stared at her, searching for the girl who used to believe in me. We've been together for years. Doesn't that count for something? She hesitated. It used to. The cafe felt too quiet. Every sound felt louder than my thoughts. So what are you saying? I'm saying love doesn't pay rent, she replied. Love doesn't fix your credit. Love doesn't give me security. I never said I wouldn't give you those things. I said, I just need time. She shook her head slowly. Time is all I've given you. I leaned forward. You think I like feeling like this? You think I enjoy waking up scared every day? Her voice softened for half a second. Then why does nothing change? That question burned. Because life isn't fair, I said. Because I keep getting knocked down, and I'm supposed to keep falling with you? She asked. I didn't answer. I couldn't, she continued. I want a future, a real one, plans growth. I am your future, I said, my voice cracking. I just need you to stay. She looked at me like I had said something childish. I can't build a future with a man who's going nowhere. Those words cut deeper than losing my job. Deeper than every unpaid bill. You don't believe in me anymore. I believe in reality, she said. I laughed bitterly. So I'm not enough now. Her silence answered that. I felt small, useless. I supported you when you had nothing, I said. I never left. And I appreciate that, she replied. But appreciation isn't the same as commitment. My chest felt tight. I would do anything for you. She stood up. I know, that's the problem. I looked up at her. What does that mean? It means you've made me your whole world, she said. And you forgot to build your own. I needed you, I whispered. She picked up her bag. You needed saving. I need a partner. So that's it? I asked. You're just done. She hesitated again, then nodded. I'm done waiting. My voice dropped. You're leaving me at my worst. I'm choosing myself, she said. I stood too fast. After everything, you're walking away. Yes, she said quietly. I wanted to scream. I wanted to beg. Instead, I said, I'll make it. You'll see, Dagny, a sad smile. I hope you do. Just not with me. She walked away. I stayed standing, feeling stupid, feeling empty. My phone buzzed with another unpaid bill notification. I sat back down alone. I stared at the chair she left behind. For years. Gone in one conversation. In my head, her words kept repeating. Going nowhere. Not enough. No future. I wondered if she was right. I wondered if this was all I would ever be, and for the first time, I was terrified that loving her was the only thing I had ever done right. Rain hit the pavement like it was angry at the world, and I stood there with it, soaked and shaking. Aisha folded her arms and looked past me, like I was already gone. Say something, I said. Please, she exhaled slowly. I've said everything already. No, you haven't, I replied. You're just quitting. I'm exhausted, she said. I'm tired of waiting for potential. That's not fair, I said. I'm more than what you see right now. She looked at me, really looked at me, and there was no warmth left. Right now is all I've ever had. My voice broke. We planned a life together. We planned a dream, she said. And dreams don't survive reality. I stepped closer. I can change. I swear, you've been swearing for years, she replied. I grabbed her hand without thinking. Don't do this tonight. She pulled away. Let go. The word hurt more than the rain. You loved me, I said. I did, she answered. But love isn't enough anymore. I shook my head. Since when? Since I realized I was standing still, she said, while everyone else moved forward. So I'm holding you back? I asked. Yes, she said, and I hate myself for staying this long. That cut deep. I needed you. She nodded once. I know. That's why this hurts. I laughed bitterly. You think this hurts you more than me? She stayed quiet. Say it, I said. Say you don't believe in me. Her lips pressed together. Some people are just meant to stay small. The words slammed into my chest. You don't mean that. I do, she said softly. And pretending otherwise won't save you. I felt desperate. I'll work 2 jobs. 3. I'll do whatever it takes. She shook her head. You're not listening. I am, I said. I'm begging you. And that's why I have to go, she replied. I don't want a man who has to beg. I hated myself in that moment. I can't lose you. You already have, she said. My throat burned. If you walk away, don't come back. She picked up her bag. I'm not planning to. I watched her turn, my heart screaming at my legs to move. Aisha, I called. She paused. I love you, I said. She looked at me one last time. I know. Then she walked into the rain. I stood there, frozen, my shoes filling with water. People passed by, umbrellas open, lives intact. I didn't follow her. I couldn't. Something inside me had given up. When I reached my room later, I collapsed on the bed fully dressed. My phone buzzed. I ignored it. Her words echoed. Stay small, going nowhere. Not enough. I stared at the ceiling, blinking back tears. You ruined me, I whispered to the empty room. But deep down, I knew the truth. I had handed her that power. I had made her my purpose, my direction, my proof that I mattered. Without her, I didn't know who I was. That night, I lost more than her. I lost my pride. I lost my future, and I had no idea how to survive the morning. Bills covered my table like accusations. I picked one up and laughed. Final notice, I read out loud. You all say that. My phone buzzed. I didn't look. If you're another reminder, I said to the screen, join the line. I stepped outside to clear my head and nearly walked into Rizwan. Whoa, he said. You look like hell, I frowned. Nice to see you too. He stared at me for a second. Sit with me. I'm not in the mood, I said. Good, he replied. Neither am I. We sat on the curb. I didn't ask how he was. He didn't ask how I was. Silence stretched. You disappeared, he said finally. I was busy failing, I replied. He snorted. You always had drama. At least you're consistent, I said. He leaned forward. What happened? I shrugged. Life. Try again, he said. I sighed. Lost my job. Lost her. Lost myself. Rizwan nodded slowly. Sounds crowded. You don't have to joke, I snapped. I'm not, he said. I'm checking if you're alive. I'm here, I muttered. No, he said. You're breathing. That's different. I looked away. She was right. Who? He asked. Aisha, I said. I'm going nowhere. He laughed, sharp and sudden. That's what you sound like, I glared. Why are you here? To say this, he replied. You talk like a man already dead. The words landed hard. What's that supposed to mean? I asked. It means you've already buried yourself, he said. You're just waiting for the dirt. I clenched my fists. You think I don't know that? I think you like it, he said. It gives you an excuse. I stood up. You don't know what I've been through. He stood to. I know pain. I also know choice. Choice. I laughed. I don't have any. You always do, he said. You're just scared of the cost. I said nothing, he continued. You can prove her right, or you can prove yourself alive. I shook my head. I don't have the strength. You have nothing else, he replied. That's strength. I walked away before he could say more. When I got home, Amy was in the kitchen. You're late. she said softly. I was out, I replied. She looked at my face. You didn't eat? I'm not hungry, I said. She placed a plate in front of me anyway. Sit, I sat. She didn't ask about Aisha, she never did. That hurt more than questions. You'll be okay, she said quietly. I scoffed. You don't know that she met my eyes? I do. Why? I asked. Because you're my mother. Because I've seen you fall before, she said. And stand. This is different, I said. She nodded. It always feels that way. I stared at the food. She thinks I'm nothing. Amy touched my hand. I never raised nothing. Her words stayed with me after she left the room. That night, I lay on my bed staring at the ceiling. Aisha's voice said, stay small. Rizwan's voice said, already dead. Amy's voice said, stand. I sat up. Once more, I whispered. I didn't know how, but for the first time, I wanted to find out. The alarm rang at 5, and I stared at it like it had insulted me. Already, I muttered. No one answered. That was normal now. At work, my supervisor slid a stack of files toward me. Finish these before lunch. I will, I said. He didn't say good luck. He didn't need to. I stayed late, left tired, and returned again. Nobody noticed, nobody cared. One night, while staring at my screen, a soft voice said, you missed a line. I looked up. What? Sarah pointed gently. That part, it'll cause an error. Oh, I said, thanks. She nodded and walked away. The next day, she sat beside me during break. You always stay late. I don't have much else, I replied. She smiled slightly. Then make this count. That was it. No pity, no questions. Later, I failed an interview. We'll call you, the man said. They never do, I replied to the empty street. That night, I opened my phone and typed Aisha's name. I stared at her picture. Her smile still hurt. I locked the screen. Enough. At home, Amy noticed. You're quiet. I'm busy, I said. She nodded. That's good. Days blurred. Work, sleep. Repeat. Sarah spoke again one evening. You look different. Tired, I asked. Focused, she said. I didn't know how to respond. One night, I whispered to myself, I won't break. And for the first time, I believed it. Congratulations, my supervisor said. The client approved it. I blinked. Approved what? He smiled. Your proposal. They want you on the project full-time. I waited for excitement to hit me. It didn't, okay, I said. Just okay? He asked. I'm grateful, I replied. I'm just tired, he laughed. You earned it. At my desk, Sarah leaned over. I heard. Heard what? I asked. That you finally got your break, she said. I nodded. Seems so. She studied my face. You don't look happy. I don't know how, I admitted. That's fine, she said. Happiness can wait. Growth can't. Later, someone said, good job, and meant it. Another asked for my opinion. No sarcasm, no pity. I noticed it then. The shift at lunch, a coworker whispered, he's solid, works hard. I pretended not to hear, but my chest tightened. On my way home, Rizwan called. Told me what? I asked. That rock bottom talks, he said. Did you listen? I did, I replied. Proud of you, he said. The word felt strange. Thanks. That evening, I overheard my cousin talking. Yeah, Aisha knows. Everyone does. I froze. Knows what? That you're doing well, he said. She asked. My stomach turned. She asked about me. He shrugged. Curiosity. I lay in bed later, staring at the ceiling again, but this time it felt different. I opened my phone. No stalking. No searching. Just silence. What do you want now? I asked myself. Revenge felt heavy. Closure felt distant at work the next day. Sarah said, you walk straighter. Do I? I asked. Yes, she said. Like you trust the ground. I smiled slightly. Maybe I do. That night, I realized something quietly powerful. I wasn't chasing her anymore. I was catching up to myself. My phone buzzed while I was working. Aisha. Hey. Long time. Hope you're doing well. I stared at the screen. Of course you show up now, I whispered. I didn't reply. 10 minutes later, another message appeared. Aisha, I heard about you. Congrats. I typed, deleted, typed again. Finally, I sent, thanks, she replied instantly. Coffee, just to catch up. I should have said no. Instead, I said, fine. She arrived smiling, like nothing had ever burned between us. You look good, she said, sitting down. So do you, I replied politely. She laughed. I knew you'd change. I raised an eyebrow. You left before that. She waved her hand. People grow at different speeds. That's one way to say it, I said. She leaned closer. I always knew you'd make it. I felt something twist inside me. No, you didn't. She blinked. What? You said I was going nowhere, I replied calmly. She sighed. I was frustrated. You said I'd stay small, I said. She looked away. I was scared. Of waiting? I asked. Of wasting time, she replied. I nodded slowly. And now? She smiled again. Now I see you differently. That's convenient, I said. She laughed softly. You're still sarcastic, and you're still avoiding apologies, I replied. She stiffened. I didn't come to fight. Neither did I said. I came to listen. She played with her cup. I missed you. I stayed quiet. She continued. Things didn't turn out how I expected. I heard, I said. Her eyes flickered. People talk, they do, I agreed. She leaned in. I thought about you a lot. During the good times or the bad? I asked. She hesitated. Both. I smiled faintly. Funny, you didn't think about me when I begged. Her voice dropped. That wasn't fair. No, I said. It was honest. She swallowed. I was young, so was I replied. She reached across the table. I didn't take her hand. You're different, she said. Calmer, I learned, I replied. She looked hopeful. Maybe we can. I cut her off gently. Don't. Her face fell. Don't what? Rewrite the past, I said. Or pretend this is casual. She sighed. I'm not pretending. You are, I replied. You're smiling to hide regret. She bristled. You think I regret leaving? I think you regret missing the result, I said. Silence sat between us. That hurts, she said. So did what you said to me, I replied. She whispered. I didn't think you'd survive without me. I met her eyes. I almost didn't. Her breath caught. But I did, I continued. And I won't go back. She shook her head. I'm not asking for that. Then what are you asking? I said. She looked down. I don't know. I stood up. Then neither do I. She stood, too. Can we at least talk again? I paused. Why? She answered quietly. Because I miss who you are now. I smiled sadly. You didn't help build him. Her eyes filled. I made a mistake, yes, I said, and I learned from it. I walked away without looking back. My chest hurt, but my spine stayed straight. For the first time, loving myself hurt less than loving her. Rizwan called me late. You sitting? I'm working, I said. Say it. He paused. She got cheated on. I didn't ask who. I already knew. How do you know? Everyone knows, he replied. The guy she left you for. Not so loyal. I closed my eyes. Figures. She's not doing great, he added. Job stress. Relationship mess. She asked about you again. I exhaled slowly. And I told her nothing, he said. This isn't my story. Thanks, I replied. That night, Aisha messaged me. Aisha, can we talk? I stared at the screen. Of course, I whispered. Now, I replied. About what? Everything, she sent. We met again. No smile this time. You look tired, I said. So do you, she replied. I shook my head. No, I look steady. She flinched. You heard? I did, I said. She looked down. I was wrong. About him. I asked. About choices, she replied. I nodded. They tend to reveal themselves. He cheated, she said quickly. I gave everything. I stayed quiet. He lied to me, she continued. I trusted him. I leaned back. Funny how that feels. She winced. You don't have to be cruel. I'm not, I said. I'm being honest. She looked up. I didn't deserve this. No, I replied. You chose it. Tears filled her eyes. I thought I was securing my future. You were gambling? I said. She whispered. I was scared. So was I replied. She took a breath. I miss what we had. I shook my head. You miss what I've become. That's not fair, she said. It's accurate, I replied. She leaned forward. Do you ever think about us? I answered without pause. No, she recoiled. That was fast. It took a long time, I said. She swallowed. I'd do things differently now. I believe you, I replied. Hope flickered across her face. Then maybe no, I said gently. Her voice cracked. Why not? Because I won't punish myself to teach you a lesson, I replied. She frowned. I don't understand. I don't need to hurt you, I said. Life already did. She wiped her eyes. You're enjoying this? I'm not, I said. I'm done with it, she whispered. I need you. I shook my head slowly. You need healing. Silence stretched between us. Say something, she begged. I already did, I replied. By staying calm, she laughed weakly. You've changed so much. I had to, I said, or I wouldn't be here. She stood. So this is it? Yes, I said. No revenge. She asked. I smiled faintly. This is it. She searched my face. You're really not coming back? I never left myself again, I replied. She nodded, defeated. I hope you're happy. I'm at peace, I said. She walked away slowly. I didn't feel powerful. I felt clear. Karma didn't need my help. I just needed my boundaries. Sarah waited for me near the exit. You're late. I needed a minute, I said. She studied my face. Did it go how you thought? No, I replied. It went how it needed to, she nodded. That sounds final. It is, I said. We walked side by side. No rush, no pressure. You okay? She asked. I am, I said. For the first time, I really am, she smiled. Good. I stopped near the door. Can I say something strange? She shrugged. I like strange. I'm grateful she left, I said. Sarah didn't react right away. You don't sound angry. I'm not, I replied. If she had stayed, I would have stayed small. She leaned against the wall. That's honest. I used to think love meant holding on, I continued. Now I know it also means letting go. She nodded slowly. That takes strength. So does walking away without proving a point, I said. Later that night, Amy knocked on my door. You didn't eat. I'm not hungry, I said, smiling. Just thinking. She sat beside me. About her? About me, I replied. She reached for my hand. You survived. I did more than that, I said. I chose myself. She squeezed my fingers. I always knew you would. I laughed softly. You never doubted. Mothers don't, she said. After she left, my phone buzzed one last time. Aisha, I hope you're happy. I stared at the message. I typed back, I'm at peace. I didn't wait for a reply. The next morning, Sarah handed me a coffee. You look lighter. I dropped something heavy, I said. She smiled. Good choice. At work, someone said, we need your lead on this. I nodded. I've got it. No shaking hands. No fear. During lunch, Rizwan texted, still alive? I replied, more than ever. He sent back, told you. That evening, I stood alone on my balcony. The city lights didn't feel distant anymore. I spoke out loud. Thank you for leaving. The words surprised me. If you hadn't, I continued, I would have kept shrinking. I remembered the man who begged in the rain. I don't hate you, I said quietly. I outgrew you. There was no anger in my chest. No urge to explain myself. Just calm. I realized something, then. I didn't win. Winning would have meant she lost. This was different. This was freedom. I no longer needed to be seen to feel real. I no longer needed approval to move forward. Pain didn't break me. It shaped me. Failure didn't end me. It introduced me to discipline. Loneliness didn't empty me. It taught me self-respect. I didn't succeed to prove her wrong. I succeeded because I refused to disappear. And that was enough.